I want you to visualize this with me. See all of the work that we done over the years.
From sink to backyard garden, how do we reuse water to sustain food security and promote wastewater management? In the Caribbean, we have access to water supply, but in recent years, drought and overexploitation of our water resources is a challenge. Now, with a reduced and in some cases, limited water supply, we can still positively influence citizens' water use and consumption behavior in our daily household routines. A simple solution is the reuse of grey water from our kitchen sinks for personal use in our backyard gardens. Grey water is wastewater from non-toilet plumbing systems such as hand basins, washing machines, showers, kitchen sinks, and baths. Specifically, water with less chemicals and food residue used in our kitchens can be reused if collected and utilized effectively. This water is for non-potable use, but if collected and stored correctly, it contains fewer pathogens than other domestic wastewater and is generally safe to handle, easy to treat, and can be reused for crop irrigation in our home gardens. The simplest way to collect grey water is by manual bucketing. This can be done by having a double sink drain kit in the kitchen. Use the water from one side of the sink that is used only for washing fruits, vegetables, and mild rinsing without detergents or harsh chemicals. The water is collected in a bucket below the sink or a pipe that will channel the water to a water tank or a larger storage container before being used in the backyard garden. Using the manual collection method is very cheap and easy to set up at home, but may require a little bit more work as you will have to monitor when the container is filled so that the water can be deployed to the garden. A more useful technique is to set a system that encourages direct diversion to the garden. With the help of a plumber, you can install a direct diversion valve or a pipe fitting that allows the water from the sink to be collected and channeled directly to your backyard garden. You can connect the plumbing to an irrigation system if one is available, or store the water in a large tank nearby the garden. It will require a bit of plumbing if your garden is not nearby the house. However, this technique is useful as you won't have to carry many buckets of water to the garden as often. If a slotted drainage pipe is attached to your kitchen grey water connection, then buried in slightly deep trench that connects to the garden, the water can permeate directly into the garden as well. Ensure it is done with the correct pipe sizes and a good understanding of the type of soil in the yard to avoid too much water buildup or settling on the surface to create any waterlogged areas around the yard. For persons with larger gardens, a more sophisticated system, including a larger storage tank with filter, such as stones or mesh to catch any coarse material in the kitchen grey water before it gets to the garden, can be used. In addition, the installation of a pump to push the water out to the backyard garden if further away is recommended. This system may be more costly to install, but over time it can be proven to be the most effective since it reduces time to monitor the water flow, has more storage ability, and ensures an effective irrigation for a larger garden layout. In Trinidad and Tobago, there is currently no standard for use of grey water from household for residential practices of home gardens. However, the standard TTS 664/2022 Wastewater Reuse, Agricultural and Other Applications by the Trinidad and Tobago Bureau of Standard becomes a useful tool which can offer some guidance to ensure that home systems make a greater effort to adhere to standard commercial practices. The intention of the standard is to use the treated water emanating from the wastewater treatment plants for agricultural and landscaping applications. In this regard, while the standard does not outline any prescriptive treatment modalities for homeowners to treat and recycle water generated from homes, the standard, however, does outline parameters with permissible limits to ensure that the water used for various applications is safe. A change in water use starts with us. Let's reuse water today to provide a reliable supply of water in the future. By persons reusing grey water from their household, it will help mitigate the effects of climate change on our daily habits, while also encouraging greater access to food security by allowing us to repurpose water to help cultivate and grow more of our own foods at home. This change begins with you and me, right from our kitchen sink.
I partner with you, come partner with me. The Global Water Partnership Caribbean.